exactly he says, na muktaha, nor free. There is nobody who is free. So what does that mean? How do you explain the enlightened people? All of these people, Ramana Maharshi and so many others, all throughout history, they were free, enlightened people. How do you explain that? What he means to say here is, there is freedom, but nobody who is free. What does that mean? To explain that, let me give another example. I have earlier mentioned this example. Nisarga Datta, somebody pointed out to him, he was regarded as an enlightened being. He lived in Mumbai a few decades ago, in a slum, which is regarded as an enlightened being. That book is there, very popular, I Am That. Somebody said to him, you are an enlightened being, you are Brahmagyani, you are a knower of Brahman. And immediately he reacted in annoyance and he said, and just as a way of teaching, he said, you are insulting me. Insulting you? Knower of Brahman, that's the highest praise you can give in our civilization. The knower of the Absolute. He said, I am not Brahmagyani, I am Brahman. I am not a knower of Brahman, I am Brahman. Pointing out thereby the secret of enlightenment. When you are enlightened, when you know that the Absolute, Turiya, it's not as an object. I know the Turiya, I know the Satchidananda, I know the Absolute, I know Brahman. No. You are that. That's what you realize. You are not a person who realizes the Absolute. If you are a person who says, I know the Absolute, then you do not know. The Kena Upanishad says, he who claims that he knows does not know. He who knows that it cannot be known as an object knows, truly knows. So, you are not a person who lives eternally. You are that eternal existence itself, Sat. You are not a person who knows that ultimate reality. You are that knowledge itself, Chit. You are not a person who enjoys various kinds of blissful experiences. You are that bliss itself. Swami Vivekananda put it directly. Not that it exists, it is existence itself. Not that it knows something, it is knowledge itself. Not that it is happy, it is happiness itself. Sat, Chit, Ananda. When you become an enlightened person, you are not a Brahma Jnani. You are Jnana Swarupa, knowledge itself. You are not somebody who lives eternally in this particular body. You are eternal existence itself. You are not somebody who has lots of bliss in the mind. You are bliss itself. In the same way, you are not somebody, follow this carefully, you are not somebody who has become free. You are freedom itself. You are not a person who is mukta, literally the word mukta means a person who is free. The person is never free. You become free of the person. The person does not become free. You think of yourself as a person now, you will see when you step back from that into your real nature, Turiyam, you are free of the person. The person will still appear, do its job. Every night it will disappear in deep sleep. And one day in death of the body, that personality also will disappear. But you, the infinite existence, which is the background of the person, you still exist. That is freedom, not a person who becomes free. In that sense, na muktaha. You are not a person who becomes free. This is ityesha paramarthata. This is the highest teaching, ultimate truth. What is this ultimate truth? One reality. See one reality. In samadhi, in the deepest meditation, in your waking world here, one reality. In the highest heaven and in the lowest, most infernal hell, I will say boldly, see that one reality, Turiya. They appear in you and disappear in you. In the heights of happiness and success, in the depths of misery and frustration and failure, one shining reality, Turiyam. And thus you are free. Stand upon that, establish yourself in that, your real nature. All these are mirages and dreams which come, enjoy them when they come and go. Don't try to, one Zen saying which I liked very much, playing of one thing against the other, desiring one thing that it should be so and it should not be so, This is the disease of the mind. Why is it the disease of the mind? Now we realize this should be so and that should not be so. I like this and I do not like this. Both of them are you, the consciousness. It shows an ignorance, a preference for this and a dislike for the other. It shows that you do not realize the one reality behind both of them. Such a person will not criticize. Everybody that you meet, everything that happens to you is a manifestation of the light of the divine, your own light. You yourself appear. Whom to blame, whom to praise? This is Vivekananda's lines. One only exists. Whom to blame, whom to praise? Praiser, praised, blamer, blamed are but one. And that one is you. This is the ultimate truth. Vedanta points this out. And now, if you ask Vedanta, you made everything false. There's nobody, bondage is false, spiritual practice is false, the seeker is false, liberated person is false, everything is false. Then what about you, Mr. Vedanta? Are you true or false? I'm translating as Mr. Vedanta because the Swami originally said, who taught this, he said, "Aur Vedanta Babu, aap kya hain?" or Master Vedanta, what are you, true or false? And you know what Vedanta replies? I too am false. Then what is the truth? You are the truth. My only job was to show the falsity of the world, Jagat Mithyatva, and point towards the truth which you always were. Having pointed that out, please excuse me now, release me, let me go. I am also false. Don't hold on to me as the truth. Even Advaita says, it's also a methodology to point out the truth, the one truth which you are. Once you have got that, then let this go also. But warning, Vedanta leaves with a warning. Before you realize the illusory nature of the world appearance, before you realize the falsity of the world, before that if you consider me to be false, then you are trapped forever. You're trapped forever. You must use me to dissolve the world problem and leave yourself as the background, the adhisthana, the ground of that appearance. You are the only reality. This is the ultimate truth. I pray to the Lord that may we get this intuition in our very life, make this breakthrough. When once you walk through these doors and you look back upon the world and see it as yourself shining forth, the work is done. In Buddha's, there's Edwin Arnold, the song, it is a beautiful poem he wrote about the light of Asia. No more is birth, no more is death, no more shall delusion weave her charms. I have known thee, this delusion of the world, thy rafters and the roof of magic and spells, it's broken forever. I see the truth now, I am the awakened. I'm paraphrasing. His original words were much more beautiful. May we all get to say that in this very life itself. Realize the truth which is already ours. It's already ours. It exists now in full measure, right now. We just have to see it. With prayers to Thakurma and Swamiji, with their blessings, may we realize this great consummation, this greatest of all adventures. May it come to a culmination in this very lifetime of ours. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.